Welcome, everyone, to the original conference championship game. There's simply nothing quite like the intensity when an SEC title is on the line. All the legendary players, the epic moments who have made their mark on this occasion. The intensity is simply unmatched. Can't wait for this one. We're going to be treated to not just a top 10 matchup, but a battle for a conference championship and an automatic bid to the college football playoff with the first round bye that goes with it. So a lot at stake here. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Kickoff team is out there, and here we go. A conference championship on the line right now. And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. The Bulldogs offense comes on the field first today. We'll see if this quarterback can get off to a great start, Kirk. So much for this offense and his whole team really orbits around him.
Yes, sir. The de facto Mr. Center of the universe. It's his world when he's out there, and it's up to him to create and orchestrate the details on the field. His team, his way. Can't wait to see what he does today.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
He'll ride the back again here. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
With great patience and acceleration to be able to pick up this first down by this back from Georgia. You think of Georgia backs, you think about Herschel Walker right away, right? Sonny Michel, Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, Noshawn Marino. I mean, the list goes on and on of great Georgia backs.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Coleman. They get him down, but not before he gets to the +38.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks over the years. Guys like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Murray, and more recently Jake Fromm, and of course Stetson Bennett, who won back-to-back national championships. And what they're seeing today from this quarterback, they got to be very proud of.
Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 or more yards a pop like that.
And there's the handoff. They bring him down after a gain. Looks like they'll spot it inches short of a first down.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Well, that's a good, hard, tough running there to get that first down to keep this drive alive. Early in this game, the offense really asserting themselves. They're not thinking about a field goal. They're trying to put this ball in the end zone.
7th play of the drive coming up. Takes the ball and heads to the left. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. We've got a conference championship on the line here. What a start for the offense.
Man, I just want to give a lot of credit to the quarterback and the offensive line. They really set the tone here on this drive, allowing this offense to be able to make the plays that they needed to give them this lead here early.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. The returner is brought down. Gets a start on the next drive. So Alabama's offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? He'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a quick grab. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
They'll give it to the back. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today, the receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Crucial third down play coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw. On the junior, gets home, making a sack there. Plenty ready to boot it away. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Looking to pass, it's Raiola. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Tackle made, but the game moves the ball to 30.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. And he's got some open field ahead. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Wow, what a play, a defensive score. The defense playing a huge role here. They score, and suddenly we're tied with a conference championship on the line.
Wow, this is unbelievable drama right here. I just happen to be looking at the head coach when they created that turnover. He's running on the sideline almost like he's trying to chase the ball carrier into the end zone. Huge play and changes the momentum of this game.
Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick six. And they recover from that right now. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Keep it on the ground. There's a handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Good enough for first down yardage. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And like the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the plus 47.
Nothing. offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
On first down, why not keep it on the ground? Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Defense makes the tackle here on the final play of the first quarter. So some early drama here. We're all even at the end of one. Let's take a quick pause and check out the stats from this first quarter. And as we move to the second quarter, we hope these teams will build on a promising start. So here we go, first play. The offense has a first down. They're going to run it. Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Second down after that run on the previous play. To throw, it's Raiola. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Well, all the receivers to lose track of, it's this guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country. Lucky that wasn't a score.
Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. And on the carry, he's heading left. And they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play. Hold it. See if the offense can overcome that holding penalty. Seventh play of the drive coming up. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. But I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Makes a quick catch. Brought down at the 3 after the completion. The offense really threatening now.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
An important third down conversion coming here in the red zone. Try and muscle for the first down. Tackle made at the 1-yard line, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Dogs try to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs. Methodical but effective, Kirk. Probably one of the most impressive drives we've seen in the conference championship game.
Hey, I have to agree with you. Long drives like that are like a great painting. Slowly layering all the intricate facets until you have a masterpiece completed. That drive was put together in the same fashion. Just masterful execution on that drive.
And they've got the returner corralled. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. The last possession, they were forced to kick it away. Can they finally get things going this time? Here's the first play of the drive. They'll set up from the 13. Off the play fake on first down. Quick throw, testing the middle. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down here for this offense. And they hand it off to the back. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker. Second down play coming up for this offense. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down.
Boy, the defense rolls the dice here on this screen pass. If they don't hit this quarterback, this is a big play. But give them credit. They were able to get to him before they were able to complete that pass.
He'll be sacked back at the 2-yard line.
Now they put that nickel defense, and I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs, and also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
They bring the punter onto the field now. Looking to kick it away for the second time. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. Here's the handoff. The pickup is 5 yards, so it's second down and 5.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from a running game.
The game makes it second and medium. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
A nice little simple touch pass here by the quarterback, getting the ball out to the receiver who's in motion. Look, that doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. And no offense is ever going to say no to moving the chains.
The back's got it. And they stop him at the 4 after an excellent run.
Well, that's what you love to see from an offense. The offensive line and the running back in sync, working together, and it pays off. What a big gain. Thought he might be close to being able to take it all the way to the end zone, but the defense just brings him down there inside the 5.
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. Here's the point after attempt.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back. But the continuity of this offensive line was on display, and that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
Now they get set to kick it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the coverage team able to bring him down. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? So the first play of the drive coming up here, under 3 minutes to play before half. First down, looking to throw the ball. And he dumps it off to the tight end.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or 2 guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
They look to throw it here on second down. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks. First down, looking to throw the football. He's got a lot of time. Now sends this one deep to the right. Finally brought down, but the gain moves it to the 44. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Looking to chuck it again. Running out of time in the pocket. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
It's an out route, the catch made, and a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Chris, I think you got to give all the credit to the wide receiver here. Man-to-man coverage on an out route. That is a tough ask. Good inside move on the stem to separate from the defender, and a great throw by the quarterback near the sideline.
The stop made at the 5. The offense will have first and goal now.
Well, that's a great job of working the middle of the field by this quarterback, and he picks up big yards.
Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. And he will score. Touchdown, tied.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now, he's executing. We're only in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Interesting position here. How aggressive do they get to try to add to this lead before halftime? And looking to throw now on first down. And looking for a big play here. Catch is made way down inside the 30. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Junior steps up and makes an impact play. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. And the ball is picked off. Not a great return, but the interception wipes out the scoring threat and gives the offense the ball at the 32.
Boy, the quarterback gets drilled on this play, Chris, and see let's go with that ball before the interception. I think he was just trying to get it out. Didn't seem to have a chance to set his feet up. And what did it do? It made it a lot easier for the defender to come up with the interception.
Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
That completion makes it second and medium. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Snags a quick throw. And the offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half.
Good completion here by the offense. Good timing between the quarterback and his slot receiver. But I really like how this defense, sitting back in zone, is able to get to the football and not allow any yards after the catch.
Looking to throw it on first down. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. Quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
That deep shot is caught for a big gain. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
Point after, not great through. The BAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Looking to throw it deep. And he throws his third interception of the day. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Chris, that's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a new way to attack, because right now, this isn't working.
The pocket breaking down. And they've got the defense making a statement on the final play this first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, for many, this is the best conference in all of football, and the first half of this SEC championship was filled with excitement and incredible pageantry. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. And with that, let's send it back to Chris and Kirk and the much-anticipated conclusion of the SEC championship.
The Dogs will kick this away to start the second half. Return starts from inside the 5. Return one down. Sets up the next drive. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. They get the second half started with their running play.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Finds a man open on the right side downfield. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line.
You know, plays like this are what Alabama offense is all about. They run the football, and then they're efficient within their passing game. Think about it. They won a couple national championships with Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron by just being efficient and playing smart at the position and being a great complement to that running game in the defense.
Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. And he'll set up to throw. Running back has it on a screen now. The pickup is 9. That's what they're looking for. Sets up a 3rd and 1 now.
Good time here to drop this screen into the offensive coordinator, and a nice job by the running back being able to pick up some positive yards here on this play.
On 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Takes it out to the 44. That's good for a first down.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Tackle up near midfield at the 48.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. When offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Tackle inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
Yeah, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Locates the tight end. It's complete. Tackle, but first down. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. See what the call is on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Fans of the defense got to be frustrated. The offense cannot be stopped here. Got him. He's sacked.
The middle linebacker is the quarterback of the defense. This time, the coordinator decides to blitz him, and it works. Good job by bringing him and getting to the quarterback.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's got it right near the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. They'll take the lead in the second half. Conference championship pressure, they just grind away. Beautiful execution on that methodical drive.
Man, I can't think of a better stage than the conference championship to put together a drive like that. Moving the sticks, executing along the way, avoiding any turnover potential, and coming up with a touchdown. Great job.
And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. They'll tackle him right at the 31.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Second down play coming up. Same tailback, another carry. He's found some room at the 45. That's a huge gain. Stop finally made it to 43.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that run game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
Offense goes to the pistol formation now.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid game.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. Lets it go quickly. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Oh, my gosh. They almost came up with another interception. They had a pick on the last drive. They're doing such a good job of baiting this quarterback into throwing the ball into coverage and then making a play on the ball. Let's see if they can keep this going.
Dropping back, it's Wyola. Catch made by the tight end. Forced out of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a first and goal.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
All right, it's second down and goal now for this offense. And they're trying to punch it in here. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They're set now to try the PAT. He knocks through the PAT and ties the score here in the third period. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Passing game was so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 coming up.
The defense coordinator this week, all week, telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Looking for his back. Catch made on the out route. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
As quarterbacks, when you see man-to-man coverage, before the ball's even snapped, you're looking for a matchup you want to exploit and take advantage of. This time, he waits for the back to find that matchup with the linebacker, makes the throw, and picks up a first down.
Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And here comes the punter onto the field. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Coverage team brings down the returner. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. The last drive, the ground game was so successful. Ended in a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can respond to it this time. And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. Oh, look at the quick cut. Tackle, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
On first down, they'll keep the running game churning. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And here's the handoff. Finds room at the 30. You bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
Heck of a ride through a very competitive first 3 quarters as we check out some of the stats here. Let's see how this one unfolds in the final quarter, set to get underway. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. He'll hand it off. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time. Second down after that previous play. Offense will keep it on the ground here. You make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
Well, no surprise there. They gave it to him one more time. The defense is able to come up with a stop. Listen, this guy's already got 3 touchdowns on the game, and he looks hungry for number 4. Give it to him again.
It's a 2nd and goal play for the offense. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. Urgency here. Got to cut into this lead. It's 3rd down and goal. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. Gonna run it. It's Young. They're gaining some breathing room now. Tackled at the 26.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Receiver in motion now. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down. There's the handoff. And the ball to the ground. And the defense jumps on the football.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
And they'll go right back to him on 1st down.
Positive yards are always important for an offense, but at this stage of the game, late in the ball game, playing with the lead, you're thinking about working that clock and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Back to throw. It's Raiola. Receiver makes the grab. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Simple pitch and catch on the drag route. Quarterbacks love these routes because they're short throws, but those yards after the catch kind of pad your stats.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Tough running there. Breaks a tackle, picks up the 1st down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Georgia now operating in the red zone. Handoff heading left. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Linebacker shifting around now. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. And he drops back in the gun. Grab made by the tight end. Brought down at the 7. The completion moves him closer to the goal line.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Crucial. 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can he keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Can he get there on the ground? And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fix, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Brought down at the 3-yard line, but this offense now has a 1st down and goal right there.
Now they roll the dice and go for it here on 4th down, late in the game with the lead, and they get it. Good job by the offensive line. The running back knew exactly where to go, and this one may be out of reach.
They'll try to run this one in. Touchdown, Georgia. Still no answer for this offense. That's another touchdown for the running back, and they've got one hand in that conference championship trophy now.
Man, this running back is just adding up the touchdowns. You know, the whole conference knows about this guy and what he's capable of doing. And here he is, the big stage in a championship game, showcasing everything he's got in the toolbox.
They'll return it from inside the 5. And the returner is brought down. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. The last possession ended in a fumble, and that set up a touchdown. So they got to bounce back from that right away. Quick throw to his receiver. Oh, that one's picked off. Short return tackle at the 21, but that's a huge takeaway for this defense.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
The offense, excellent field position to start this drive. Checks this down to the running back. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. To the air, it's Wyola. Looking for the wideout. And it's picked off in the end zone.
That's just a poor decision by the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. Working with the lead, run the football here and work the clock instead. Throws it into coverage. Now they got a chance to get right back in the game.
Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Under pressure, just lets it go. Throws the ball away, but not before taking a hit.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away. So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. Catch made way downfield. That's going to help the stats a little bit, but won't make a difference in the outcome. Wow, what a tremendous run these guys have had, and now they can call themselves champions of the SEC. That's one of the most difficult titles to earn in this sport. And now with the playoff looming, we can find out how they fare against the 11 other best teams in the nation. And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.